Once upon a time, there was a little monkey named Bobo who lived in a bustling jungle. Bobo was the cheekiest and most curious of all the monkeys. One day, he found a shiny yellow banana lying on the ground. Now, Bobo had eaten plenty of bananas in his life, but something about this one seemed different. He looked around to make sure no one was watching. The coast was clear. He carefully peeled the banana, taking small, thoughtful bites, as if savoring a gourmet meal. But as soon as he bit into the banana, something strange happened. Bobo started to feel sleepy. Turns out, this banana wasn't just any banana. It was enchanted by the jungle's wise old owl, who had cast a spell on it to make any creature that ate it fall into a deep, banana-fueled dream. In Bobo's dream, he was king of the bananas. Every tree he climbed had endless bunches of the ripest bananas, and all the other monkeys came to his banana castle to ask for a bite. But as Bobo dreamed of his banana kingdom, a group of mischievous parrots in the real world spotted him, fast asleep and clutching his half-eaten banana. They swooped down, snatched the rest of it, and flew off, cackling as they went. Poor Bobo woke up moments later, drooling and confused. The banana was gone. Bobo looked up at the parrots, who were perched in the trees, laughing at him. He shook his tiny fist and vowed that next time, no enchanted banana would get the best of him. From that day on, whenever Bobo saw a banana, he would inspect it thoroughly, taking extra caution. But deep down, he kind of hoped he'd stumble upon another magical banana, because being king of the bananas wasn't such a bad dream after all. Once upon a time in the heart of the jungle, there lived a mischievous little monkey named Toto. Toto wasn't like the other monkeys. He wasn't interested in climbing trees all day or eating bananas like everyone else. No, Toto had bigger ambitions. He wanted to be famous. He didn't know how or why. But he was convinced that fame was just one clever plan away. One day, while lounging in his favorite tree, munching on a particularly juicy mango, Toto overheard the jungle parrots talking about a big event coming up, the Great Jungle Talent Show. Animals from all over the jungle would gather to showcase their most unique skills. And the winner would get a massive pile of fruit and, more importantly, jungle-wide fame. This was it, Toto's golden opportunity. For the next week, Toto tried to come up with an act that would wow the jungle. First, he tried dancing, but his moves were more clumsy than graceful, and he ended up tangled in vines. Next, he thought about doing some acrobatics, but after a few painful falls from the treetops, he scratched that idea too. He even tried singing, but his voice was so off-key that even the frogs asked him to stop. Frustrated, Toto wandered to the edge of the jungle, where he met a wise old tortoise sunbathing by a stream. The tortoise chuckled as Toto approached, clearly frazzled. "Why the long face, little monkey?" asked the tortoise in a slow, deliberate voice. "I want to be famous. But I can't figure out what my talent is," Toto moaned. The tortoise, after taking what felt like an eternity to scratch his head, finally said, "Fame, you say? Well, fame comes from being the best at something. But it doesn't have to be something fancy. Sometimes, it's the simplest things that make us special." Toto thought about this, but it didn't make sense. He had to do something flashy, right? But since nothing else had worked, he decided to try a different approach. The day of the talent show arrived, and the jungle was buzzing with excitement. The elephants were practicing their trumpet solos, the leopards were perfecting their high-speed racing, and even the birds were showing off their synchronized flying stunts. Toto, however, was sitting quietly in the corner, peeling a banana. He had no act, no plan, just a banana. The show began, and one by one, the animals performed their talents. The judges, a trio of owls known for their wisdom, were impressed by the many acts, but nothing really stood out as extraordinary. As the show neared its end, the audience grew restless, wondering who would walk away with the grand prize. Then, it was Toto's turn. He slowly walked to the center of the stage, holding his banana. The crowd whispered in confusion. Was this monkey really going to eat a banana as his talent? Toto, remembering the tortoise's advice, decided to embrace simplicity. He stood tall, peeled the banana with flair, and, with a dramatic pause, took the tiniest, most exaggerated bite anyone had ever seen. The audience was silent. Then, he wiggled his eyebrows, puffed out his chest, and did something no one expected. He threw the banana peel over his shoulder, turned around, and stepped right on it. Toto went flying into the air in the most ridiculous fashion, flailing his arms and legs like a windmill. He landed in a pile of leaves, completely unharmed but looking utterly absurd. The jungle burst into laughter. The birds cackled. The elephants roared with their trunks, and even the usually stoic leopards were rolling on the ground, holding their bellies. Toto, realizing what had just happened, stood up and played along, pretending it had all been part of the act. He waved grandly to the audience, who cheered louder than ever before. The owls, wiping tears of laughter from their eyes, immediately declared Toto the winner of the talent show. From that day on, Toto became the most famous monkey in the jungle, not for his acrobatics, dancing, or singing, but for his ability to make everyone laugh with his goofy antics. He was invited to perform at every jungle party, and wherever he went, animals greeted him with grins, knowing that this was the monkey who had slipped his way into fame, literally. And so, Toto learned that sometimes, the best talent of all is simply being yourself. And that laughter is a powerful gift to share with others. Plus, he got all the bananas he could ever want. The end.